All right, thank you, Brandon. We now know the names of the father and daughter found dead in their Pittsfield apartment in what police say may very well be a murder-suicide. They are 47-year-old Anthony Nazareth and his 11-year-old daughter, Hannah. Preliminary autopsy results have just been released. The cause of death is still undetermined. We're also learning that evidence gathered at the scene and toxicology tests show it's possible Anthony Nazareth died of a drug overdose, and the medical examiner found no signs of trauma on Hannah's body. CBS 6's Kimberly Howard is live on Plunkett Street outside the three-family home where this all happened. So, Kimberly, still a lot of questions, obviously.
Yeah, that's right, Greg. And with those questions, grief, just since we've been live here about an hour ago, this small memorial has formed, which includes flowers, stuffed animals, and a note to little Hannah, who we're told just graduated 5th grade from Morningside Community School. People in this neighborhood trying to come to terms with what happened and how, if at all, it could have been prevented. Flowers placed outside a three-family home on Plunkett Street by a pint-sized visitor, one of many trying to understand why 11-year-old Hannah Nazareth and her father Anthony are no longer here.
This is our child. This is our community's child, and I really don't know what happened here, but I'm incredibly sorry.
The bodies were discovered Monday after police were asked by an undisclosed agency to check on the well-being of the father and daughter who lived on the top floor. Pittsfield Mayor Dan Bianchi says Anthony Nazareth hadn't showed up to some scheduled appointments, but he wasn't able to say what those appointments were. He says Hannah's mother lives in Florida.
We are going to learn a lot more about the condition of this family.
Local pastor Daniel Hines knew the father and daughter as well as any good neighbor. He lives in the apartment right downstairs.
I was actually quite impressed with a single dad, but he did everything with her and stuff like that. I invited him down to coffee on Saturday, and so we're chit-chatting, and I pastor a church here in Pittsfield, Tabernacle Baptist Church, so I invited him to church on Sunday, but he never made it.
Now a community is in mourning.
It's going to be difficult, and it's very difficult to reconcile something like this to 10 or 11-year-olds.
Despite it being summer break, the Pittsfield Public School District is making counselors available to students. They'll give advice to parents, too, on how to talk to your kids about tragedy. There's also the people who taught Hannah. One teacher telling us off camera she was beautiful, sweet, and so smart. Those teachers able to get counseling, too. We have all of the information on where and when you can go on our website. Live in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, Kimberly Howard, CBS 6 News.
Thank you, Kimberly.